Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a fifth grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTC TV and let us help you show the world your events. Welcome everybody to GT Champions. It is time for Super GTC round number 3 at Atopolis. I'm your host Chris Ball here to bring you all the action from our top tier of racers in Lobby 1. There is also Lobby 2 happening as well for those who want to catch any of the drivers that are their favorites that are participating there in the lobby just below this one. You can find it all here. Thanks for showing up. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let the world know that we're out here ready to rock and roll. All right, we got a lot of stuff going on today. It's been a pretty busy day. Earlier today, we were running the GT3 Open in iRacing at Laguna, and it was such a great race. A lot of good overtakes and stuff like that. So make sure to go check that out. That was about 5.5 hours ago that that one completed. So you can check that out. It was live here on our channel. So make sure to go check that out. Coming up this week, there is a Midweek Madness. The details are on the website, gtchampions.com. And there's a link that will take you to the page with all of the details for Midweek Madness. So make sure to check that out. And, of course, Gentleman's GP every single week. Always there for your viewing pleasure and your racing pleasure. Also, don't forget, the winner of this championship series, the guy or gal with the most points is going to walk away with a numbered championship winner's coin, and it's going to be awesome. So it's going to be a good, fun time. Glad to have all of you here watching us on whatever platform you might be, whether it be a TV or whatever it is. So, yes, it's going to be quite the fun. Quite the fun. Yes, that's what I said. All right, so anyway, we are here. It's round 3 at a topless. We're going to start the qualifying in about 1 minute, so I'm going to give them the 1 minute warning. And typing it on the screen now. We're going to get this thing started on time. And then we're going to get everybody out there qualifying, and we'll talk some more about stuff that's going on, figuring things out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for this round. This is a topless, and this race course is going to be the death of these guys. It is, I wouldn't suspect, unless there was something crazy that happens during the race, I don't suspect we'll ever see anybody on the soft tire this round. This track is no good for it. However, everyone can do whatever they want, so you never know. They could run it low on fuel, try to get a faster lap. Maybe doing a 2-stopper on the softs is faster than a 3-stopper on the softs, maybe faster than a 2-stopper on mediums. I don't know. We're going to just see what they come up with. So we're going to let everybody get going. It looks like we have 11 of the 15 drivers here. So the good news for every driver that is here today is every one of them will be here next week. Nobody's going to get demoted. We will get, well, I take that back. The ones that were supposed to be here will get demoted, but those that are here on track today, they will all get to stay for next week. So I'm just going to quickly just shoot them all a little note that says we're going to be starting soon and get this qualifier going. I like to give them a whole bunch of this. This makes it very clear that we're about to start this thing. So let's start this qualifying. Let's get out there on the track, people. This is going to be good. This is going to be good stuff. All right, so we'll see who gets out, who gets started. It's been a busy day for Mr. Ball here. Yeah, there's been a lot going on. We've got racing this morning, and then, of course, Costco. That's like, I love that place. Like, it's Saturday, right? So everything is there for you to go taste and try and things like that. It's going to be a lot. It's fun. All right. So what we're going to do here is see who gets out first. It looks like it's going to be Nav is going to get out first from the pits. So we'll keep an eye on what all is going on. We're going to have a lot of drivers out and about getting some qualifying done. This is going to be a really, really important qualifier because these drivers are really going to need to get a good qualifying underneath, get a good position, because this track is not really easy to overtake on. I mean, there's the opportunities, all the opportunities are there, but these are all the best that we have here. So the best people that we have are out here on the track. The one person we're missing, which didn't make it back in time, is Truth. He's going to hate that. Boy, he's going to hate that. We'll see how it goes. So a lot of Sector 7 guys here, a bunch of RWB guys here. We've got a couple other folks mixed in there. So we have a lot of, there's HPR. Yeah, so these guys are all getting their mouths getting kind of warmed up. There's Dando. Every one of these names, you guys, every single person that's in here, they're all just fast. It's incredible, and it's going to be very interesting to see just how they pull it off. Now, everyone's going to be out there on the soft tires. I am certain of it. They have 10 minutes to get that all done. And when they get done, they can switch tires before the race starts. Thank goodness for that, because none of them are going to want to be on these soft tires. All right, so now on board, let's do a little lap around with him as he just gets through the first lap, since he's the first one that's going to down. Turn 1, that should be an interesting event coming up at the start of the race to see just how people handle it. This intersection is intersection. Lots of windy, slower speed corners, and you've got this hairpin right here. A lot of overtakes are going to happen right after this. If they don't get a good run or they get a wiggle out of that car, it's going to be really hard to keep somebody off their case coming all the way through this long left-hander and right-hander and down to this braking zone because they're going to be able to get side by side in this hard brake. It's got a crest that kind of unweights the car. You got to be really careful getting on the throttle or that back end. It's going right now. Here we're going to see a few people get caught out today. If they get just a little too greedy and they meet that grass, they're going to slide off into oblivion. All these corners through these high-speed corners, you're just going to eat those tires alive. Wide, cut in, get under the bridge. The eyeballs are looking at you. And all the way down, roll it out to the outside, and get way over and hold this inside. So it's yeah, this is such a fun course. It's really hard on the tires. It's really, really, really abrasive. So the soft tires are not going to last. You can't see it, but well, I can show it to you if I do this. Look at the tires. He's done an out lap and one hot lap, and look at those soft tires. They're just already gone. Well, they're not gone, but that's 20%, right? So we got to watch out and see what happens. All right. So Ando now sits atop the podium list. He's going to jump back out and get some new tires on the car. We're going to see this a lot. We're going to see them getting out there, burning off fuel, getting the car as light as possible. Although Ando did not, he took new tires, but he also took fuel, which was kind of weird. Nav is just going to stay up there a little bit more done with what he's got there. Still only a 10th off from that. Hovercraft, he's out there getting his stuff started. Captain Muffin running in 4th. So we see different strategies here. Everyone is on the soft tire, but some people are refueled, some people haven't. Maybe that was by accident. The running joke about HBR is he doesn't be considered a pro driver. But the problem is he keeps showing up everywhere the pros are. So whether he likes it or not, he's pretty much there. There's Rockstar. Rockstar's he's just kind of like he's just always around. He had a rough go at Fuji, which I remember. Last round, I think he got a little bit tangled up with Joey Cannoli at Suzuka. I think I might be thinking of a different person. You see Rosario's going into the pit. Stig's going into the pit. There's Rip. He is headed into the pits. Quan from RWB. So we got 3 RWB guys out here and 4 Sector 7 guys. So we got Quan and there's Buck Wild. So yeah, we got 3 RWB guys in Ando's Sector 7. There's another one. That's 2, 3, 4. Yeah. so there's a lot of Ando going deep. So plenty of action from the teams. There's not a team championship though. Keep that in mind. Oh, do I need to turn myself up? I can do that. I just have the cars up too loud, I think. And I also can be talking a lot quieter, so let me turn the cars down a little bit. There we go. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. I can't make the mic any louder. It won't let me. So, there's that. So Ando's still up by a 10th, but he's got to get a little bit of work done. Nav out, fresh set of tires, a little lighter on the fuel, and it could be just what he needs to get that extra 10th. Ando back into the pits again. Why is Ando keep doing that? Okay. I guess when you reset, you get all new fuel and tires, so he's got to start over. Meanwhile, some of these guys are really burning off that fuel trying to get the car lighter and faster. So now he's going to start his first, well, I guess it will be his second or third flying lap. His new one on his new tires. There's Rosario back there running in 7th. Does he do any better crossing the line? Already crossed the line, so he's just starting his out lap, it looks like. Captain Muffin, HPR in the top 5. Rockstar coming across now. Oh, he's on his out lap. I can't keep track of these guys. They keep doing out laps. Juan was in 10th. Still in 10th. I think everyone is on out laps. Buck Wild just goes a little bit quicker. Where did he end up? ended up in 8th. Interesting. Thank you, Nigel. Yeah, this is going to be a tough race. Oh my gosh, these guys are going to be struggling. These tires, these soft tires are useless for the race. I don't know. I would imagine we're going to see drivers running the mediums and hards. I don't think we're going to see anybody on the soft tire. I don't think that is something that anybody's going to want to risk. But I don't know. You never know. Maybe someone's trying to just make up some time. There's no caution laps in Gran Turismo, or at least not in our events. So it's not like you can get on the soft tires and then get that get a little time off of them, in under caution laps. And there's no mandatory tire requirements. Nav gets it up to the top. He goes. Where's Ando though? Ando's halfway around the track, and we're gonna see if he can put something together there. But at 1:36.294, he beats Ando by less than a tenth. That is crazy. 3 3/3 of a hundredth or of tenth. That's awesome. Hovercraft only just under 2/10 away from that. Captain Muffin just at 2/10. So HPR is just. I asked him if he doesn't mind just trimming out a little bit of grass, but that looks like he's gonna have to reset. What's he doing way out there? HPR. Did he get disconnected? He might have got disconnected. All right, where's Ando? Let's see how Ando's doing. There's gonna be. I missed the sector line, so we're gonna see if he's doing any good here. I wanted to catch him going across the line, but HPR caught me off guard. kind of sucked me into that. All right, let's see. He's got to get to that 1:36.2 something. Ooh, it's gonna be close. 4, 5, 6. Oh, he goes faster, but only by 100th of a second. Boy, these guys are really putting it down. Really putting it down. Can Nav do any better? He's about to cross the line here in a second. We'll check on him. This is the final lap. This is his last chance to get anything a little bit better. Nope, he was way off. All right, so Ando, he gets another shot. Hovercraft, he gets another shot. Let's see who's this here. Rosario's going to stay 7th. Does the Stig do any better? It doesn't look like it. Here comes Quan. Nope, Quan just slowed down right in front of Rip. Oh, that was close. That was close. Oh, Rip is probably not going to be happy about that. Where did he go? There's Rip. I hope that didn't compromise. It looked like it could have compromised his run a little bit. I don't think it was that many seconds, but let's see who's next. Is this Ando? There it is. Okay, Buck Wild's going to come across. He's in 9th. Ando is in the final section now, so we'll have to see how he comes across. Does Buck get any better than a 9th place starting? I don't think so. Oh, he does a little bit better. He set a new record for himself, and he's going to start 8th. And then Ando is coming in. Oh, wait, there's somebody else. Wait, who's that? Oh, there's Captain Muffin. Ooh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. No, if he doesn't quite do it. Ando now, he's coming through. Going to give him a chance to see if he can get. Oh, he's way off the. He was way off the pace there. All right, and then here's the last one. This is going to be Hovercraft to get his last shot at getting from 3rd up anywhere. Let's see what he can do. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, twiddle your thumbs, whatever you do. Ooh! Well, he's in 3rd. That was weird. Did that not record his time properly? It said 1:37.362. That doesn't quite seem right, but anyway, there's our pole sitter. All right, let's take a look at some of these results here, and we're gonna grab ourselves my trusty phone, because you know what happens with these red flags. I don't want to get caught with my pants down on this one. So it's gonna be Nav starting on the pole, Ando right beside him. So these two are gonna lead right into turn 1. Let's hope they keep it clean. And then we're gonna have Hovercraft and Captain Muffin that are gonna be on row 2. Row 3 is going to be HPR and Rockstar, followed up on by Rosario and Buck Wild on row 4. Then we have the last 3 drivers that'll be on row 5 and 5.5 is Quan, the Stig, and Rip. So we're going to give them a second, get their stuff together, and we're going to see just what they can get done here. All right. And it's happy birthday for the Stig. That's right, the Stig's birthday today. Way to go. Congratulations, bud. I should give him the poll just for that, right? No? All right. I know that he actually wants to get going somewhere, so we're going to let everybody know that we're starting soon. We're going to get this thing underway because we're about a minute behind schedule. All right. Everybody is still in there. That's good. Let's do this race. Let's do this race. Oh, this is going to be so good, guys. So good. So, we shall begin round number 3 at Autopolis. This should be an interesting race. I'm curious to see just what all the drivers are doing as far as tires are concerned. And I'm just going to quickly run through. Oops, okay, let's get back up to the front. There's some hard runners and some medium runners. No soft runners. So, all right, 5 lights on. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Go, 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 go. Look, a great start from everybody. Ando trying to cover off Hovercraft and keep Captain Muffin back there, but Nav is pulling the spot. And Hovercraft maybe trying to get in there under Captain Muffin. So far, so good. Way to go, guys. Keep it up. Nav is going to lead with that pole position. That was critical, getting that done. Hovercraft looking underneath Captain Muffin. Look at these two go right here. Captain Muffin trying to hold him just to the outside. He's going to get the inside. Nope, nope. Ooh, gets a little push from Hovercraft. That was close. That was close, but they held it together. Everyone's still in line there. A little bit of movement with the Buck Wild back there and HPR and Rosario. So everyone's starting to thin out into a straight line. It'll be interesting to see how these tire combinations and drivers handle this. But there we go. There's our 11 drivers, all in a row still. Nobody wrecking. This is awesome. So there will be no red flags. That means we are going to be going green through the end of the race. They've made it through the first couple sectors. No, there's only 3 sectors, so they've made it through the first 2 sectors. So we will not be seeing anything changing for us here, and we're going to be green flag for the rest of the hour. Hang in there. HBR gets a little slidey. Rosario in 7th. Everyone pretty much just hanging out in front, but Nav under pressure now. Here comes Ando. Whoops, there's Ando. He is going to go for that overtake. I can't imagine he's not going to do it. Look, Nav is making it go all the way down. Nav's going to move over. He's going to have the line. And here's Captain Muffin trying to... Oh, Nav outbreaks himself a little bit. And in is going to go 2 spots. He's going to lose right there. But it's okay. It's okay. So, Ando, your new race leader, Captain Muffin, P2. Nav drops from 1st to 3rd at the end of the first lap. Trying to keep a long race together. Of the top 5, 2 of them are on hard tires. The others are on mediums. And we've got some hards and mediums mixed up through the midfield here. So it's going to be interesting to see if the hard tire is going to be able to keep enough pace with the medium tire runners, because if the medium tire runners end up having to pit twice or 3 times, yeah, I don't know, people. I have not even tried the car on this track with the new settings and the new physics yet with the tire models, because, well, I haven't. Wow, look at this. Nav really falling off the top from the front, guys. He's already back 2.5 seconds from the leader, 2.8 seconds from the lead, rather. So we'll see just how this plays out for the rest of the drivers. They're still running in 7th. I'm interested to see, does Hovercraft make a move on Nav? He does not. It's gonna fall in line. Oh, he's looking to make an overtake right here. Oh, it's gonna be tight. You gotta take it way outside. Leave the space. Leave the space. I think, yep, Nav's just gonna have to give that one up. Oh. So Nav getting swallowed up a little bit early on the... Whoa, Hovercraft, what I say about getting loose. You can lose some time there, and the cars can get on your case all the way up to this braking zone up here. Let's see if Nav has what it takes or if he's just going to let them roll. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, Nav's going to just play it nice and keen right there. He's got his teammate right behind him. There's Buck Wild. Got to get Buck Wild to put the flag on with the wingtips. I know where he's from. HPR Rosario, the Stig up into 8th, Quan in 9th, Rip is in 10th, Rockstar in 11th. So Rockstar, having a moment somewhere, dropped clear back to 11th. He's well off the pace with the rest of the drivers. Not sure what happened there. The good news, all of these drivers get to, assuming they complete the required number of laps, all of these drivers are going to get to stay in this lobby for next week because there's only 11 of them. The top 12 get to stay. So the bottom 3 that didn't show up, they will be demoted, and we'll get 3 fresh new drivers in here, fresh meat, so to speak, that will come in there. But look at that distance between them. 5.2 seconds from 3rd up to 1st. So Ando and Captain Muffin, they're pretty freaking fast dudes. Hovercraft in 3rd, keeping that podium position alive. Now, there is definitely a difference in tires between a lot of these drivers, and you can definitely see what it's doing to their races. And I know that Nigel's watching, and HBR is definitely going to be pro. And Stig goes underneath Rosario. That's up into 7th. So that was an overtake right there. Let's actually go back and watch that one because it's fun to watch overtakes. So Rosario has got the Stig right behind him. What did I say about this braking zone? You can get right in there if you get a good run out of that corner. So not too bad, you guys. Not too bad at all. So Rosario back to 8th. Quan has a little bit of work to do to get caught back up. I can definitely see that the Sector 7 guys are not all on the same strategy. Usually they all run the same strat, right? But I see that it's not the case. So Ando leading into lap number 5. Right behind him is Captain Muffin. So the 2 Australians going to duke it out there at the top of the field and leave the rest of the Americans from 3rd all the way back. Let's see, are there anybody else besides Americans? There's another Australian Rockstar at the back. 3 Aussies, 2 at the front and 1 at the back. And everybody else, American drivers in the middle. Interesting. All right, so Hovercraft getting a little bit of space. Just the tiniest amount, but a little bit to keep Nav kind of off his case. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out for them as we get further into this. Buck Wild still in top 5. HPR. Stig now. Let's go on board with Stig. Stig is now getting a little closer to HPR. And, oops, sorry. And I was just comparing the tires. I forgot. I changed the camera. I don't know why. I thought I could switch to the other car and see something without it changing the view. But whatever. I'm old. So, there is, wow, it is a very different look when you're watching the tires on the drivers on the different tires that they're on, because there's definitely an advantage to those medium tires over the hard tires. But I'm also looking at these, the tires that each of the drivers is running, and the medium tires are definitely falling off more quickly than the hard tires are. I mean, that's an obvious thing. So So we'll see. I have a feeling we're going to see like a two-stopper on the mediums, and they may just be fast enough. So there's your race leader, Ando. Geez Louise, man, he's just moving. Somebody got some practice in. Here comes Captain Muffin, and then right behind him, there's Hovercraft. Oops, why did that change? Dang it, I wanted to get the cool camera angle. Nav, Buck Wild, here comes HPR. Right next to him, there's the Stig. Still trying to see if he can get up into that 6th place spot. We'll see. There is Rosario still in 8th, Juan still in 9th. Rip is in 10th, and Rockstar in 11th. So, but Rockstar's close. Let's see how close? That close. He's thinking, I can get there. I can get there. I like it. Ooh. Yeah, those wiggles, those don't help. Those make things harder. All right, let's see. What are we going to look for now? Who is battling for a spot at the moment? Pretty much laying out their racing lines now and just going with the flow. Get the tires and fuel where you want them to be. Who's a good car to do an onboard with? Let's do Hovercraft. He's just starting. Let's do an onboard. I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit. Listen to that. This battle for 10th. It's a battle for 10th, but it's a good one. Oh, Rockstar's right there trying to make moves on that 10th spot. So Rip's trying to keep somebody behind him. This is, as my buddy Joey Canoli, who's down in Lobby 2 this week, races, what he says is, this is the battle for last, and those are always a lot of fun to watch. These guys know that the people up ahead of them are well beyond them, and they're going to battle for what they can. Is Ando, hold on a second, is Ando really that far up by 7 seconds? Oh, Captain Muffin, did he pit, or did he? Yeah, he did. Captain Muffin, he pit. So Ando's got a 7.8 second lead over P2. Now, I will say we're going to start seeing some pit stops probably in the next 2 or 3 laps. We're going to start seeing pit stops from the medium tire runners, I would assume. I think they're going to get to maybe 15 minutes on the medium tires, and then they're going to have to maybe they can get to 20, maybe if they keep it together. You can see Hovercraft is not pulling too far away from these 2 RWD drivers. They're kind of keeping him like in view. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I know that the drivers spend their time. I know they spend plenty of time trying to get the pit strategy right. You know, can you just do this? Is more stops on mediums faster than less stops on hard, and comparing the time and everything. Yeah, and these cars are so much different. But Hovercraft comes across the line in P2. There's Nav and Buck Wild and HBR, all running in the top 5. Stig, Rosario, and Juan. And a few seconds later, there is Captain Muffin, who came off of the medium tire. Everyone got to see that on the pit strategy. I could say what tire he was on. So we already saw that he came in to take those tires. So I'm interested to see how this is going to play out for him. And these two still having a little tussle back here, which is nice. Everyone's still on the lead lap. This is good stuff. Third and fourth still playing nice with each other. Now, HBR's got the Stig back there. Stig was a little closer, I think, before. But what's interesting is Stig and HPR are on different tire compounds. And once we get through the first set of pit stops, then all the drivers will know what the other drivers are. And then I'll tell you, but I'm not giving anybody else that might be listening. Rosario really itching to get that spot back. It shows him in 7th, but that's because Captain Muffin pit ahead of everybody else. So it'll be interesting to see if he's doing a 3-stopper. Because look at him, he's already just taking a spot away from Quan, just like that. Those fresh new tires giving him all the grip that he wants and needs there. Quan is going to try to chase him all the way down to start finish straight. Is he going to try to do something with that? Probably not. Look at this up ahead. Rosario catching back up to the Stig. There is definitely a difference in what you can do with this car when you are on worn-out mediums and worn-out hard tires, because the hard-tired runners are starting to show pace that the medium-tired runners are now losing as they get far into the stint. So, interesting. There's Captain Muffin right there. He's running second. He's caught up to these two. Ooh, off the track. Off the track. Ooh, stay out of that grass. Oh, wow, that was close. Captain Muffin all over Rosario trying to make some room. He's got to not sit in this traffic for too long, because that's just giving Ando all kinds of time. He's just handing him the stopwatch and saying, go ahead, give yourself some more. And there's Quan back there. Let's see, Captain Muffin has got to get around these guys. And I wonder if Rosario is going for it. He's right there in the draft. He's gaining fast. I think he's going to try to break. Nope. He's hold it together. Keep it down there. Don't let anything happen with Captain Muffin. Captain Muffin says, thank you very much. We'll take that spot away, and then he is going to work on number 6 here. Captain Muffin out on those fresh medium tires. Freshest, I guess I should say, since he hit a couple laps ago. Look at that. Look at the grip he's getting through these corners over the cars in front of him. All the way to the outside. He's going to have to take the long way around in the dirty stuff. Holds it out there and makes it work. Nice driving, Muffin. Shows you why he's up there. Now his next target is going to be that guy right there. Wow, yeah, this is changing things. I'm going to check up front here. So here's Ando. I suspect Ando's going to pit this lap or the next. Let's see what happens when he comes out of this final next. He is staying out. Okay. Gonna get another lap. Hovercraft will probably stay out another lap too. We'll see. Yep, there he goes. Nav is staying out. Buck Wild is out, and HBR is going to stay out. What happens to Captain Muffin? We know he's staying out, and he's going to catch these guys. 1.7 seconds from HBR, so he's got a little bit of work to do. The Stig into the pits off those medium tires. Yes, he was struggling for sure. So into the pit he goes. Watch a little pit stop action. Pit stops over. And no fuel, just tires and go. Rockstar and Rip, still these two. Rockstar just can't seem to get around him. Ando really has just had a spectacular race. So far he's up in Sector 3, going through the windy bits now. Who's caught up to HPR? There's Captain Muffin. He has caught up into 5th place, and I'm assuming that he is probably gained a bunch of time against Ando in these gaps where he's just going like that and moving around, getting around these drivers. Is the undercut going to work? Because there goes Ando. So Ando, like we said, Ando was on those medium tires. And he's able to get 20 minutes on the nose. 20 minutes with those. So a 2-stop for Ando, 2-stop for Captain Muffin. I am sure Hovercraft comes into the pits to get his service work done. And Captain Muffin is just 1 second now. Wow, that undercut worked. It worked. I thought for sure Captain Muffin was going to have a lot more gap between him and Ando when Ando came out of the pits because he was stuck behind all that traffic. But wow, those medium tires, that undercut was legit. It certainly was. Now, Nav and Buck Wild, they are still out there, obviously, because if they were on the medium tires, they would have pit by now. So Nav and Buck Wild out there on those hard tires. They've only got about a 3-second gap to with Ando coming out on a brand new set of medium tires, and Captain Muffin's got a decent amount of wear on those medium tires. So these guys up here, they're going to catch them, but they're also still going to have to pit again. I think these guys are going for. I don't think they can do a 1-stop. Maybe they're going to do the hard tires for, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm interested to see what these guys are going to pull out here because I'm trying to figure out the strategy in my brain. I really am. It's not great. Hello, Chef Hishins. How are you doing? Racing some GR2 cars here, Super GT cars at Atopolis, a real world track where these cars race. We were at Fuji for round 1 where they also race. And last week we were at Suzuka, which I just thought would be a great track to race at. HPR still sitting in 5th place, also running on the hard tires. So 3 of the top 5 are on the hard tires and have not pit, but Ando and Captain Muffin have shown that those medium tires can give them just enough pace, and the pit stop is it's not that long. So a 2-stop on the mediums is totally doable. He's about to catch up to Buck Wild here and get back around him. I'm wondering. I haven't been paying attention in the RWB. Discord, where they do a lot of the training and stuff. Being an RWB guy here in Gran Turismo anyway. Different team in iRacing, but around goes Ando. Buckwild knows I ain't got nothing for you, Mr. Fresh medium tires. Still a 4-second gap to Nav, so it'll be interesting to see how they work it out. But I haven't been hanging out with my RWB pals because there's just a lot going on with the different tournaments and whatnot going on. And, trying to see what they are running as a team. All right, let's see. Buckwild in 3rd,
Captain Muffin's in the pits again. I think Captain Muffin's going for a 3-stop. It has to be a 3-stop. I mean, I wonder what he's going to switch to. Everyone sees he comes in off the mediums. Is he going to put fuel in the car? Nope. He's just going to get right back out there. Huh. This is interesting. Remember I told you, these guys can do anything they want. They can run any tire, whatever fuel, I don't care. Do what you want to do, just don't hit the other cars, right? Oh, speaking of other cars. Teammates, Rip and Stig, duking it out here. Stig on a fresher set of the medium tires from his last pit stop. And Rip is still out there, I think, on his original hard tires. So, such an interesting dynamic between the drivers and what they're choosing to do. These are the two closest cars on the track right now that I can see or tell. We're going to keep an eye on here. Stig is going to start pulling away now with those nice new freshy medium tires on the car. There's Rip running back in ninth. Rosario right behind him. This is his view. This is what he sees. I guess depending on how you know what view they race it. I race cockpit view because it just feels more immersive. You can't turn your head very easily and see, where you need to be. But oh, look at that! He's just climbing right up to Rip. Now Rosario pit already, and Rosario now back out on the hard tire. So a little bit different tire compound here, and we're going to see Rosario make a move. Yes, no. Oh, he's really going inside. He's going to force Rip to have to take a medium track through the corner. Oh. A little bit of a bump, but they left room for each other. Wow, that was pretty ballsy. Let's go back and watch this. Well, Rip is like, if you want to go that way, you can, but I am going to squeeze you all the way there. Yeah, it was a little bit cheeky, I think. For we'll watch it one more time, but I think it was a little bit cheeky. I think towards the end of that, Rip kind of moved over on him and started closing it down on the corner, and the problem is Rosario was already there, so that'll be that. All right, we're going to do a quick rundown here. Where's Ando? Oh, Ando has gotten it back around now, and he has the lead once again. Captain Muffin clear back in 7th. I think pitting early was not necessarily the right move, but hey, the race is not over yet. We already saw how that undercut works, but I think he's going to be another pit stop behind. Nav finally off the hard tires into his pit box. I think there he is. So finally, the hard tire runner comes in with 33 minutes to go, and so everyone sees he came in off the hards and switched to the mediums. So he's getting back out there. He's going to come out right ahead, hold those tires together, and he comes out in top 5 form with teammate Quan right there in 6th behind him. Captain Muffin right in front of him. So very interesting, the move. So I guess Nav realizes the hard tire might not have been the right choice. He's going to give these mediums a shot, which means he's going to have one more pit stop to do. But he's right there with Captain Muffin. If he can run what Captain Muffin is running, he might have an advantage, because Captain Muffin pit a couple laps ago, and Nav is now on some freshies. So let's see. Okay. Didn't put to my mind switching from the hards to the mediums at this point of the race. But maybe he's going to do 2 16-minute stints on the mediums, which is doable. That's about what Captain Muffin did. He did 2 look at. Oh, did we lose somebody? Oh, sorry, someone joined the lobby. All right, Quan running in 6th. The Stig all by himself now on the track. He's got a little bit of space for him. Same with Mr. Rosario. And there's There's HPR running in ninth. Rockstar, he is ahead of Rip this time, as they're both out. Rip pits and has fresh new hard tires on the car. Now, I don't see that any of the cars have taken any fuel, so they're going to let these cars eat as much as they want and probably throw fuel in on their last stop just to make sure they can get all the way around the circuit. So, and 11 seconds from Buck Wild. Buck Wild now under attack from Mr. Hovercraft himself. Trying to get underneath. Oh, a nice there. Oh, a little wiggle there, but Buck Wild closed off that apex and says, you don't get to go there at all. We're going to watch into this apex they go. Look at that run Hovercraft's going to get. He's going to make a move. Let's go to the chase cam. Buck Wild's going to try to give him some pressure there, and it looks like it's going to happen. A crossover, does it work? It does not work because Buck Wild is on worn out hard tires. Brother needs to pit. I'm sure he's going to pit this time out because there's no tires left on his car. He's running up in third. If he pits now and does hard tires and gets just the fuel he needs to get through this race, he might be able to still eke out a top 5 finish. Interesting. Very interesting. Hovercraft, who's running in second. Him and Nando both on the medium tires and very similar pit strategies. So interesting to see how these guys played out. All right, Buck is probably going to pit now. He needs to. Yeah, there he goes. Into pit lane goes Buck Wild, and he's going to go get his pit stop done. Nav is going to move up into fourth position. I think Buck Wild might be able to get in. He's not going to get in and out before the Stig. He's going to get new tires on. What tires does he put on? Looks like he's going to get hard tires. And yep, he's doing the fuel. He is one stop in this, guys. So we get to see a 4-stop, a 3-stop, a 2-stop, and a 1-stop. I think we're going to get to see it all today. This will be awesome. This being our first Group 2 series that we've run in an official series. We've done some some fun Group 2 races. Back in the day, what was that guy's name that used to come and do, he put on a Group 2 race. It was a lot of fun. We just did those like on a Monday night or something like that. And it was a lot of fun, but we never did anything like officially broadcasted like Group 2 type races and stuff that I can recall. It'll be interesting to see. All right, Captain Muffin is not getting rid of Nav. Nav has been this close to Captain Muffin since he came out of the pits. And that's got to be a little nerve-wracking for Captain Muffin because Nav is not slow. Nav is getting the car planted. He's getting the traction. He's keeping things together. And he's got a little bit fresher tires than Muffin does. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. All right, so Captain Muffin sitting on the podium at the moment. We've got a couple of quick dudes up ahead of him. Now look, Hovercraft is not that far ahead. His tires are a little bit older. And then you see back there, here comes Muffin and Nav. So the top 4 are within, let's see, 4 seconds of each other. Ando is all the way up the road 13 seconds. And so he has clearly got the pit stop right. So he'll pit probably at the 40-minute mark, or when we have 20 minutes left. So in about 7.5 minutes or so, we'll see Ando, maybe longer. And he'll pit, and he'll get the last of his service done, and then it'll be all hands on deck under the hood of that, see the GTR? Yep. So he'll be putting them to the test. Captain Muffin has not gotten rid of Nav. In fact, Nav's even closer than he was. And a lot of that is because Captain Muffin's tires are wearing out. So once Muffin gets out of the way, Nav's going to be able to really put some time against him. This will be interesting to see how this turns out. Wow, the guy's practically pushing the guy around the track. to get in that slipstream, trying to see if something can happen here. Is he going for it? Is he going for it? I don't think so. Well, maybe. I don't know. Yep, he's going to show his nose. He's going to hold him to the outside, try to get a good run. He still has a little bit of work to do. It takes like 3 corners to get overtakes done at the top. Let's lay on the brakes. Hold Captain Muffin to the outside, but Captain Muffin will have the inside. And not quite enough to get it done, but wow. Muffin really struggling on these tires of his. I think Muffin realized that he pit way too early off those medium tires. Look at Nav is just all over him. Is he going to make the move here? No. Everyone else is pretty well spread out on track. We're just going to keep an eye on this little battle here for that 3rd spot. Captain Muffin's tires are worse than they were the first time he pit. So my guess is, oh man, Nav is really putting it into him. He is putting on immense pressure on Captain Muffin. Captain Muffin, I don't think he just doesn't have the tires to hold it back. Oh, was that a tap? I don't think that was a tap. I'll mark it and we'll come back and look. He's got to go for the tires. Nope. He's going to stay out a little bit longer. I think he feels like, I got to go for like 4 more minutes on these tires. Oh, a little bumping. Way outside goes Captain Muffin. He's going to try to get the cut back. Try to get a run coming back out and get the spot. Nav's going to try to cover him off. What a great battle. Oh, Captain Muffin's looking inside. And he might get this spot back. Good golly, way to go, these guys. But Nav is trying to make moves. He's trying to make moves to get in there. Yeah, Captain Muffin needs to keep him at bay. He needs to keep him behind him, hoping to wear out his tires. Look at that grip. Look at all that grip that Nav gets through that corner. That's insane. That's the difference between worn and not worn medium tires. So Nav's going to pull it together. Oh, and he closes him up on the apex. And just all that momentum that Captain Muffin thought he was going to get, gone. All gone. Wow, this is looking awesome. And back here, look, we've got a 3-way battle for 5th happening with Rosario, HPR, and Buck Wild. So we have all kinds of good stuff happening here. Now that he's up ahead of Captain Muffin, he's saying see you later. So I'm sure we'll see Muffin in the pit box here pretty soon. Now Rosario, HPR, and Buck Wild all on the hard tire. I can tell you all that because they already know if they're paying attention. Oof, this is getting spicy. Also getting his fuel done, but he's pulling out now, so he's moving in the pits. HPR trying to get to Rosario. Rosario's got significantly more worn tires than the 2 cars behind him. So Chev Hitchens are racing with us in GT3 Open. iRacing. Curious Minds. What is that from? Who remembers? Curious Minds want to know. I don't know. Anyway, Captain Muffin. He's going to be sitting back there on those fresh mediums. He's going to eat all 3 of these people for lunch. It's just going to take him a while to get around it because all 3 of them are not obliged to move out of the way for him. They're on the same lap with him and competing for position. So there's no blue flag situation they have to do. Muffin's going to have to use brute force and freshy tires to make the overtakes happen against these hard tire runners. And he's gonna lose all kinds of time while he's sitting in there waiting patiently. Although it may not be very patient for very long. He's got to get some moves done if he wants to get anything. Wow, he is just aching to get through here. Look at this. He's got the fresh tires. He's got all the grip in the world. There's one down. Now he's got to go after HPR. But if history tells us about Muffin, he is going to have to pit again. Did he get medium tires? Yeah, he did. He really has the grip that these guys just don't have. Oof. HPR just got muscled through there. Let's go back and check it out. Where did he go? HPR. HPR. There. Okay, we're going to go back a little bit further so I can watch. I was trying to watch from his car. I didn't go back far enough, but yeah, he just was off and everybody was coming here. We're going to do it one more time because I can. It's my broadcast. I get to do it. All right, so here we go. He's going to get a little bit. He's trying to go wide, and Captain Muffin's like, no, I'm going to take that. And then Buck Wild's like, I'm going to go too. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, anyway, Captain Muffin sitting in fifth. Ando pits. Into the pit box he goes, and Hovercraft pits. Let's see, Ando's already back out on the track. Nav, ooh, get out of here. Nav is right there. Wow, he really overshoots the turn. Nav's still probably going to have to pit. I don't think he's going to try to make those tires last the rest of the way. Hovercraft running in third, and right back there you can see Captain Muffin. He's going to try to get up to these guys. There's Buck Wild and HPR. So Muffin has got some work to do. Interesting pit strategy. Prawn running in seventh. Rosario out of his pit box, so pit out into eighth position. Back there you'll see Rockstar, and I think that's Stig. Yep. There's Stig, and there is Let It Rip back in 11th. So, whew. All these pit strategies are keeping me on my toes. Those brand new mediums is going to drive away from Nav all day. Nav's medium tires are pretty much gone, and if he does anything, he should pit right now and get a fresh set of medium tires and whatever fuel he needs, and go the rest of the. I think he can get the rest of the 20 minutes out of it, but he's driving a little bit hard. He might have to do another lap just to give him a little bit more, but I don't know what his. He's 2 seconds off the pace on these tires from his other tires, so he's lost about 12 to 14 seconds by running these tires for that long. Well, not for that long, but just by running the medium tire over his beginning of his stint. So definitely losing time there. Hovercraft. Look at that, Captain Muffin showing up. There he is right there. And then we've got the camera being wonky. Buck Wild's gotten away from HPR. Is HPR trying to go the rest of the way? These guys are all one-stopping it, remember. So remember, Captain Muffin and Nav are both going to have to pit again. And presumably, I think Captain Muffin might be able to. That might have been his last pit stop. We'll see. Pretty sure it's Hovercraft's last pit stop. Nav still has to pit. He's 13, 14, 15 seconds from Captain Muffin. 13 seconds. The pit window's about 18 seconds if I was reading any of those right. So this could be very interesting. Captain Muffin does hold the fastest lap, but Hovercraft looks like he's looking for an extra couple bonus points here. You get 2 for pole position and you get 2 for the fastest lap. There's Ando, 4 seconds now from Nav. Ando's done his last pit service. He will not see pit lane again until he parks it for the rest of the end of the race. And presumably he's going to win this race with where he's running now, because Nav's going to have to pit, which he's going to do right now. Let's see, how long does this pit take? All right, we're going to just watch this pit from Hovercraft's point of view. Hovercraft already pit, and his pit worked great for him. Now, new tires. He's got to get some fuel, I think. Yep, he's getting some fuel. Captain Muffin comes through. Nav's coming through in fourth, but Buckwild's going to get around him. It won't be for long. Buckwild is on those hard tires, so, you know, Miss Lara's beauty, don't worry. He'll get right back around him on those fresh medium tires. He's done it already, so Nav's going to move back up into fourth. Brand new set of tires. Captain Muffin pit a few laps ago, and he's going to have to drive those things for 15 minutes with Nav only 4 seconds away. So there's a very real possibility that Captain Muffin might have to pit again. I don't know if he's got the fuel to make it. I'm looking at the other front runners who have presumably pit for the last time, and I think they have more fuel than he does. So, because I saw them put it in, but I didn't see Captain Muffin put much fuel in the car. Let's hope he got it right. All right, Buckwild's 5th, HBR 6th. All these drivers are going to get some great points out of this race, assuming they make it all the way through. Juan up into 7th, was running 9th for most of the race, so he's picked up a couple of spots through his pit strategy. Rosario out there on a brand new set of hard tires from just a couple of laps ago on his presumed final pit stop. And mistake out there. So we'll see what these guys can get done. Let it rip out there, and I think he's done all the pit service he's going to do. And Rockstar repit for the last time, presumably. He's done it. But now he's got to see, can he make up 11 seconds on rip? Well, you can do about 2 seconds a lap faster on the medium tires than on the soft or on the hard tire. So if he does, he's got about 7 or 8 laps. So he could catch Rip by the end of this thing if he plays his cards right. All right, Ando still up in first. I don't think we're going to see much change out there. Because he pits so early, and I don't know how he's going to be able to run the medium tires that many stints or that many laps when he's not done it that long before. We'll see what he does. So currently, and looking at the point standings, Hovercraft is actually your points leader. Hovercraft has 86 points coming into this race, and Nav, right here in fourth, he has 84 points, just 2 points back. And 2 points back from him is HPR. So, which is kind of funny, Hovercraft is 2 spots above Nav, who's 2 spots above HPR in the standings and on the track at this moment. That's kind of fun. Captain Muffin does pit. Captain Muffin is 4th in the standings, right behind HPR after that unfortunate disconnect he had, and now he's got to go in. He's going to have to get new tires, and he's going to have to get a little bit of fuel to get himself through. But look at HPR pits also. Oh, I wonder if he's going to go for... Is he just going to throw some new medium tires on and see what happens? Maybe he's going to go for the soft tires? He puts new hard tires on. Oh, no, mediums. He went to medium tires. Okay. So HPR is going to lose a bunch of spots there, but the Stig is on some mildly worn mediums, and HPR is going to be on fresh tires. He should be able to make those last really nice for the next 12 and a half minutes. Very interesting indeed. Ando's out there just taking it easy. He doesn't have anything to worry about. Hovercraft, he does have something to worry about in the form of Nav. Nav does have a few laps fresher tires, but I think Hovercraft is going to be okay. Let's see, he's been running 137s. Yeah, so the timing looks weird, but I think Hovercraft's got that second position locked up. But Nav, got another podium spot sitting there, and I don't think he's going to lose it to Buck Wild, who is on, half-worn hard tires. So I don't see Buck getting there, and I don't see that Captain Muffin's going to make up 17 seconds. It's going to be, that's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Juan is out there in P6 with a slidey car. Rosario also out there on those hard tires, trying to get to the end of this race to eke out a top 10 finish. The Stig as well. And look, there's HPR now. HPR, he's just finishing his out lap. Those tires are going to be nice and warm, ready to go, and now it's time for him to catch those 3 cars ahead of him and get himself back up into 6th position. Totally doable by this driver. One of the 3 international drivers that we have in this particular lobby. 3 Australians, and he is from Malaysia. And he is going to have to make some moves to get on Stig's backside and then get around him. He's just under a second away, so I think we're going to see this happen. The Stig is going to be out of tire towards the end of the race, and HPR is going to still have another, 8 minutes worth of awesome tire. So I think it's going to be a foregone conclusion he gets around Stig. He just needs to do it sooner so he can get to Rosario and those guys. We'll see how this goes. They're very close. Very close indeed. And if you look at these guys, Rosario's really trying to make some moves on Juan. He's right on his bumper, just 0.3 behind him. That's right, I said blue doggy. Rosario's trying to make use of those racing hard tires that are just a lot better than Juan's. He pit much later, so Juan is on a worn out set of those hards, and I think Rosario might be able to make something happen. He does have to keep an eye on that guy back there, because right now that's his only buffer to HPR, who is on a brand new set of mediums, and he's going for it right here. Look at that, just making those tires work. Stig's trying to be in the way, he just can't do it. It's really hard. Stig's got those really worn out mediums. They're about probably 40% worn. HPR's maybe 10 or 12. So he's got a good move here. He can get up to these guys and get all the way back up into 6th position. I think that's his plan. Meanwhile, Rosario's trying to find his way around, and those 2 battling out is just making it much nicer for HPR. And look at HPR, he is right there. We'll watch from his vantage as we watch this battle. Keep in mind that the Stig is back there still, and the Stig might catch up to these guys also, because he has the medium tires. Ooh, HPR keeps finding all of this just pace that just rolls right up there, and he can't make any use of it. He's getting such great runs out of these corners, and he keeps ending up right on the back of Rosario's bumper. He needs to line this one up here and get on the gas early. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, this is going to be good. He's going to be sitting in the slipstream with Rosario. I thought he was going to have a little bit better of a run coming out of there, but you see, he's going to have to make. Wow, HPR's really throwing that car. He's like, I got new tires. I'm going to use them. Oh boy, he's trying to make the moves, using the brakes, using the tires. Now look, the Stig is there now. Rosario's in trouble. Rosario's about to get relegated back to 9th by Stig if he's not careful. I don't know how he's going to hold him off for another 7 seconds. He's on hard tires. The Stig is on medium tires, but they're going to wear out on him. So I don't know how much more longer? Good golly, Chris. How much longer, or how many more laps, or how much time the Stig has on those mediums before he's not going to be able to take it to these these hard tire runners. Meanwhile, HPR looking at Juan Sudu. Wow, look at this. HPR is just saying, I got these tires. I can do whatever the heck I want with them. This is awesome. Okay, real quick, I'm going to take a look back here. Rip and Rockstar just a second from each other. But meanwhile, this people, HPR needs to get around him. Wow, he's going to take it all the way around the outside. Here we go. It's going to be a drag race down the front stretch. Let's go on board with, let's watch from Rosario's point of view. Here we go. Lexus VGTR. HPR just kind of gives him the shoulder a little bit as they head through. And HPR back up to 6th. He's not going to catch Captain Muffin in time for a 5th place spot, I don't think. Juan in trouble. He's got 2 very quick cars right there, and Rosario gets his nose in there. He's going to keep him all the way around the outside. And the Sting says, can I take it 3 wide? Let's not. Ooh, these guys are really, really racing right back here now, folks. Really, really racing. Ando goes into the pits. Why is Ando in the pits? Because Ando doesn't have gas? He's just putting gas in the car, maybe? I haven't seen him putting fuel. Is he going to lose he's coming out on soft tires. Hovercraft is coming out and might pass him. Oh, and he's like, I'm not going to do that to my teammate. Ando's going to have those soft tires for the last 4 minutes. I know exactly what is happening. Ando's got the time. He had the space. And he's going to get this outlap done, and then he's going to rip off that fastest lap and get those extra points. He needs them. He had to start back in lobby 3 before he could make his way up here because he missed a couple of races. So it'll be very interesting to see him work his way through. Nav is right there with these guys, only 3 seconds from the leader. He's not going to catch Ando, not with Ando on those soft tires. And he's probably not going to catch Hovercraft unless Hovercraft under fuel. So we'll see. We talked about that earlier. Did he take enough gas? Interesting. Okay, and then back here, Buck Wild sitting in 4th. He's pretty safe, but Captain Muffin is on a half-worn set of medium tires. Should be enough to get him these last 4 minutes to get that 4th place spot, which he really needs because he needs to get those. Points back. He's running in 4th. It's not going to get him to HPR yet, but it's going to be close. HPR up into 6th. He's got nothing to do except keep the rest of those guys behind. There's Rosario at 7th. The Stig's in 8th. Juan now into 9th. And that's kind of where he's going to have to sit. Rip and Rockstar still having the battle for last. Not going to be much of a battle when you've got worn out Rockstar mediums and mostly worn out hard tires from Rip. I think Rip might have the entire advantage, as bad as that sounds. He might have the tire advantage in this, so we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Ando's already pulled away. He's into his first lap on the new soft tires. We'll watch him just for a second here. He should be purple when it comes to the timing just before the hairpin, so we'll stick with him just to see. It's a 136.4. He's probably going to be almost 2 seconds ahead of him right here. Yeah, 3/10. Okay, a lot less than I thought it was going to be. Hovercraft in 2nd, and he's got 2.5 minutes to get that car all the way around the track. RWB's Nav is trying to get there. It's going to be difficult on those tires. They're a little older and a little wiser than Hovercrafts, but I don't know. We'll see what he can make happen. Buck Wild under attack. Here comes Captain Muffin. Everyone, just about everyone's got fuel lights blinking. Captain Muffin wants that 4th spot. He needs those points. especially to get over HPR, because HPR is only one spot behind him. So he needs to make up some time there. Ando does get that fastest lap of 1:35.7, so that's 2 bonus points for him. And Nav had the bonus points for pole position. So as it stands now, Captain Muffin, the only thing he can do is just beat HPR on the track, because he can't get any bonus points at this stage of the race. Wow, this got really fun. Who's that in the pits? Rockstar, and he's parked it. Something's wrong with Rockstar. It's not putting fuel in there. He's not taking tires. He's just sitting there. I don't know what's going on. It didn't change tires. Something is the matter in the Rockstar world. I hope he's okay. I do know that there's some storms brewing across the United States, but he's in Australia, so I don't see that as an issue. But Ando, with just 40 seconds left, he'll have one more lap to do after this, because he'll come across the line a long ways before the 40 seconds is up. Hovercraft, I think he'll get across the line and have to do one more. We'll see. Does Nav have to? So we're going to watch Ando. We've got 15 seconds left to go, so he's going to come across. One more lap for Ando to take the win here. Hovercraft, 10 seconds to go. He's going to have to go one more, and he is nearly out of fuel. Nav needs to get across the line before it changes, and he does. He's going to have one more lap to go. Buck Wild is just trying to hold off for 4th position. These guys, this is their final lap. Buck Wild needs to beat Captain Muffin to the line. Captain Muffin's not going to get there, and it's a 4-5 finish for him and Captain Muffin. Wow. So HPR is going to come home with a 6th place finish. Not a bad way to finish off the day. And I'm just keeping an eye on those blue triangles in Sector 2, because those are, there's 7th for Rosario and 8th for the Stig. 9th will be Quan. But the leaders, I want to make sure they're not running out of gas. There's 9th for Quan. And Let It Rip is just getting through there. But Ando sitting in 1st. 2nd is Hovercraft, and 3rd is Nav. So let's go back here to Let It Rip. He's going to come through and finish in 10th. We lost Rockstar. He'll get 11th place points because he did finish the required number of laps. Something was up with his car. I don't know what that was. All right. 1.5 more turns for Ando, and the Australian will come home after likely spending some time flying his 787. He's going to be coming across. 1st place for Ando. Way to go! Can't wait to get him in there and talk to him about that. Hovercraft. So it's going to be a 1-2 for Sector 7. Hovercraft comes across in P2. Way to go, dude. Barely any fuel left in the car. And Nav is just trying to get around the track with bald front tires. They are goners. And there we go. Nav's going to come through in P3. So there's your race winner. It's Ando. Sweet. All right, we're going to go and find these guys. We're going to talk to these guys. Way to go, Ando. Congratulations. So there we have it. Ando, Hovercraft, Nav, Buckwild, and Captain Muffin, your top 5. HPR, Rosario, and the Stig. They will be our top 8 right there. And then we're going to have Quan, Let It Rip, and Rockstar. So, wow. That was pretty good. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to go find these guys for an interview, and we're going to talk to them because this should be really, really good. Hang in there, folks, and I'll be right back with you. Actually, I'm just going to stay here with you while I wait for the drivers to pop in there, and we'll have a little interview with the winners. What a great race, guys. That was there was a lot happening there. Absolutely a lot happening with all of the pit strategies. That was pretty crazy. I didn't think I was gonna see people pitting that often and that early in the race. So I'm interested to see. We won't be talking to Captain Muffin, but I'll be interested to see what his motive behind that is.
I do see two of our top three drivers. We're just going to wait for Hovercraft to get here. But we can start with Nav. Let me first turn on their audio so that we can hear them. Are you guys there?
Yes, we are.
All right, there we go. I need to turn my mic is being really low today. I'll have to fix that one. You guys can hear me okay?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, all right. So, wow, that was the most interesting turn of events for for a race. There was a lot of pit strategies going on there, and I was so confused for a little while trying to figure out how people were running it. But Nav, starting on the hard tire, boy, Ando and those guys, once they got around you, they were gone. What were you thinking when you were like, uh-oh?
Well, I mean, I kind of was comfortable with them. I knew they were probably going to end up getting around me. Me and Ando had some slight contact on the inside, which I got more concerned with than actually making the entry into the turn. So that kind of is the reason why I got sent so far off. And then it was me and Hovercraft battling, and he sent it up the inside on the little hairpin and got me loose and sideways. So my tire grip basically just degraded really fast. I was trying to make it to at least lap 18, which I was doing over and over and over again in practice. And then was going to either switch to hards again or go medium. But after I think 16 laps, my tires were so gone just from getting nudged and bumped and having to be in dirty air that I had to switch off. And so I just decided to go with mediums.
Yeah, I was noticing all of the drivers that were driving in dirty air where they were spending a lot of time behind other cars. And, yeah, those tires took a beating. I didn't care what compound they were on. That dirty air was just getting those front tires sliding all over the place. So
Right, yeah.
But you worked it out, man.
I did. I battled with Muffin there for a little bit, and if he's listening, I want to apologize for when we were coming into the last turn. I went wide, and I was going to try to do an undercut because I figured he was going to end up going wide, but he ended up going literally right in front of me, and I ended up bumping him, and I think you marked it. So, but that was when we were going sideways down the straight. So I apologize, Muffin. Wasn't trying to bump you or nothing. It just you happened to cross right in front of the nose, and I accidentally got your rear.
Yeah. Hey, it's racing. It happens sometimes.
It
you
is.
know what I mean? So
It was fun though.
Well, you made it work. Captain Muffin had kind of a very different pit strategy. He was the first one to pit really early off the medium tire, and I was kind of concerned with like what's going on there. So I think him pitting 4 times that race was probably his downfall, and he was trying to get around people, but a little too late towards the end. But not for you. You made it to the podium, man. So congratulations. Good job.
I'll take it. Good job, Hovercraft, and good job, Ando.
Any shout outs before we move on to Hovercraft?
Yeah, big shout out to Buck Wild. Him and I worked hard this week to try to figure out everything, and so we ended up helping a couple of our teammates out as well. I noticed that during the race. And then just, family and friends and everybody that helps out. And awesome. You for hosting, of course.
Oh, yes, of course. You're making me blush now. All right, cool, man. All right, thanks. Hovercraft, buddy. I wasn't sure where you were going to end up during the race, and I started noticing the pit strategy evolving. You Sector 7 guys do a lot of practice, I know for sure. Probably more, if not the same amount as the RWB guys do. That medium, that kind of was the ticket, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably RWB noticed this during practice. We were deciding whether we should add in the hards somewhere or we should just keep to the mediums. We had to practice a little bit just to make sure the tires were able to last a long time. But even then, dirty air, battling with Nav, Muffin, everyone else, the tire wear was a little bit rougher here than in a lot of our practices, at least on my end. But, yeah, I mean, mediums. Sorry, Nav, for hitting you into that hairpin. I was able to get a little bit more braking power in there, but, yeah, overshot it a little bit.
It's all good, man. You let me back in front. It's all good.
But, yeah, after the first pit stop, I saw Nav stay out, so I just imagined, oh, okay, he's going to go on the hard, so at that point, it was just really me sticking to my strategy because no matter what he did, it would have just, I wouldn't know how he would have turned out. Muffin, if you're hearing me, thank you for holding up, Nav. I think that saved me a lot of headache. But yeah, I think Nav, Buckwild, HBR, everyone here, honestly, it was a very tough race on the tires, and I think us on the podiums were able to manage it the best. But half of that is also luck. Qualifying could have gone any different way with how close it was towards the top. So yeah, I think that's how it is. At the end, Muffin got my fast lap, so me and Ando talked about how we can get the fast lap back, and he managed to get the gap up, and he was able to get the fast lap. So that's it, really.
Yeah, we saw that. I was like, what's he pitting for? Oh, I know what he's doing. He's like, I got the gap. I might as well go for it. So awesome. Well, congratulations, Hovercraft. Any shout outs before we move on to the big winner?
Just the entire S7R team. Ando, Rip, Stig, Ricardus, Jay, Nuke, and everybody else. I can't remember it. I'm a bit tired right now. I got 3 vaccines on Friday, so I'm a bit sore. So yeah, this race was a bit tough on the physical side, but everyone did really well, and thank you for hosting the series.
Oh yeah, no problem. And thanks for coming and racing. So again, congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
All right. Ando, buddy, congratulations, man. You did it. Wait, where's my sound? There we go. Oh,
thank you, mate.
Dude, that
was
was
my comeback round.
Race. Oh, I'm sorry. Say that again.
My comeback round after Suzuka was a bit of a disaster last round, so happy to have a clean race.
you got yourself out front. It took a few laps, right? You had to wait for Nav's tires to kind of come into where they needed to be so you can get around them, and after that it was just like see you later. And
I guess I think I got past him on lap 2. It wasn't that long, but into turn 1.
You know what? You're right. He coming out of the last corner, or coming out of turn 1 on lap 2. He lost 2 spots.
He went deep.
That's right.
On my console anyway. I think apologies, Nav, if there was contact on your end because you were a car length ahead of me on my console. So maybe my console was just guessing where you were and it got it wrong. But all I did was I saw him run deep into turn 1, so I just took the apex and slid through with no contact on my console. So apologies if there was netcode involved there, mate. But yeah, good race to yourself and to Hover. Well done. I'm really happy for the team that we got the 1-2. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was a pretty great race. Once you got out front, I came back and looked at your car for a minute just to see where you were on the track. But, for you, I think it was probably pretty boring until about the last 8 to 10 minutes of the race when you're like, can I go for this fast lap? Do I have enough of a gap? And I was like,
yeah.
Okay, now he just made it really exciting, those last 5-10 minutes of the race.
Yeah, well, from our testing, we knew that the pit stop was 17 seconds. So I just happened to have a 17-second gap with a couple of laps to go. So I discussed it with Hover, and I didn't want to hold him up in any way, and because he had Nav coming at him from behind. So we went for it and we pulled it off. A little bit risky, but very happy to pull that off. Obviously, fresh softs on a low fuel load. I didn't have to really push that hard actually to get it. So I just Verstappen the hell out of that race, I guess you could say.
Well, I did notice when you came out of the pits on those soft tires that you might as well have just reached out and tapped on the hood of Hovercraft's car because you guys were right next to each other. And it looked to me, and Hovercraft could speak to that more than I could, obviously, that he kind of let off to like, you go on by, man. You got a fast lap to work on.
Yeah. So, so that was lucky that I didn't hold him up any more than that. But I guess down the next couple of straights, I got to tow him along a bit. So I think it might have been a net win for him, maybe. But he did the right thing. Thank you very much to Hover for breaking early and letting me go for it. And it worked out well for the team.
Yeah, you guys did fun. That was a really great race. That was a lot of fun to watch. And the whole strategy thing had my whole brain like scrambled eggs, because there was medium, medium hards, mediums, medium sauce. Like, it was everywhere. I didn't know what was going on. But
Yeah. These cars really require you to drive them a certain way to get the tire life out of them without losing a lot of pace.
right.
So we've discovered in our testing that there's a window for the tire temp, and if you exceed that window, then your lap times drop off and your tire wear increases exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can sort of feel it too on corner exit and at the apex when they're going a bit mushy, I guess you would describe it. And then that's the big sign to say to yourself, okay, I've over-temped my tires here. Let's just back it off for a few corners and let them come back down into the window, and then away you go again. And it just works out like the tires last. Like, you know, I didn't really have a problem with 12, 12, 13 tonight. Although I did have to do 13 at the end because I pitted for softs. But the first stint was the hardest. But I had tires left after 12 laps. They had dropped off time-wise by a bit over a second, which is a bit annoying, but that you just got to live with that.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you're in tune with those tires, you just can't do that. You know, the mediums could be good for 8 laps, not 12, if you're not driving the car, and if you're not in tune, and tune being the operative word there, guys, a little cryptic clue there. You're not in tune with those front tires. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys did a great job at the race today. It was a lot of fun to watch. The start of the race, the qualifying, the constant pit stops of new tires over and over again. It was definitely keeping me on my toes, trying to figure out where is this going to end. So Ando gets the win with a couple bonus points. Nav gets second place with a couple bonus points for the pole position. So all in all, it's going to keep that championship really close, and I'm excited to see just how it rolls off next week. The good news is everybody that raced today gets to be in Lobby 1 again next week, because we only had 11 drivers, and the top 12 get to stay. So the ones that didn't show up, they'll be relegated down, and you guys are going to have 3 newcomers in next round coming up from Lobby 2. Don't know who those are yet until we figure out who the 3 podium finishers were. But I'll be learning about that later on this evening, I am sure. So, all right, Ando, last chance for some shout-outs. I'm going to let you guys go and continue on.
Yeah, big thank you to yourself and Venom for putting on, you know, what is a great league, and every series I take part in, I thoroughly enjoy. And shout out to the podium place getters. Well done, guys. Good drive. It wasn't an easy race, this one. And a big thank you to my teammates, Hover and Rip and Stig and Jay. Those guys, they put in a lot of practice, and we just swap ideas. And Nuke and Truth have got a good thing going here with this team. You know, we really work together as a team. I really thoroughly enjoy it. So thank you to those guys.
Awesome. All right, congratulations, guys. All right, we're going to let you guys head out, and I'll continue on there. Congratulations again. All right, so that was them, and now we've made it happen here at Autopolis. That was a lot of racing, folks. That was a whole lot of racing, and man, they still had some great racing to go. So a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to our next trip down racing memory lane. We're going to be at Interlagos as we head to the Americas. So we spent our first 3 rounds over in the Pacific Japan area, and now we're going to head over to the Americas. We're going to hit Interlagos in South America for round 4, and then we'll be up at Watkins Glen and Road Atlanta after that. So should be a lot of fun. We should be able to get a ton of racing in still, so I'm really excited for that. Don't forget, we have the GT3 Open running in iRace. You can go back and watch today's event that we had earlier today. It's here on the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course, so you can know when those are happening. The Gentlemen's GP will be live and well coming up here this week, Tuesday and Friday. And also, Midweek Madness will be coming on Thursday. Details are on the website, gtchampions.com. And then there's a link right there on the homepage for Midweek Madness, which will take you to the webpage that has all the details about the event. We're grateful for all that you guys do. Don't forget the winner, and it's close, people. It is close. Before this race came off, it's only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, 9 points separating the top 5 drivers that are going after these winner coins. So we'll see if they can make all the magic happen. So thanks, everybody, for coming by and checking us out here at GT Champions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure that you know when we're going to be coming up next. I'm excited to see how next weekend goes as we are at Interlagos here in the Super GTC, and we're going to be at Bathurst for round 6 in the GT3 Open and iRacing. So lots of fun stuff coming up next week. All right, folks. Well, we'll talk with you folks later, and y'all have a good one, okay? Bye now. Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a 5th grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTC TV and let us help you show the world your events.